today we have the privilege of speaking with Dr. Kishore Kumar, the founder and correspondent of St. John's Public School. In today's episode, Dr. Kishore, I would like to briefly talk about the different challenges that are faced by modern parents. For example, when I was a kid, my mother and father used to spank me for not only getting good grades, also for not being a good human, for not following the cultural values, for our traditional values. In recent days, most of the modern parents face this trauma of, either both are working or they're not able to support the kid or they're not able to look after their moral values. So, how do we see this as a challenge and how can we progress further on being a good parent and also setting firm boundaries?
Good question. Now, you parents should understand, they should look around the society. Society is not the same today. It's an upcoming society, it's a very challenging society, and it's a global society. We don't see Chennai as a old Chennai.
Yeah.
Today, it's a modern Chennai. See the type of airports we have. See the type of people that bang onto the airport. See, we are growing. Now, when it grows, all that the flame and fire have to be given into the school curriculum or school education.
Right.
That's where we are making today's students ready for tomorrow. So our focus should be futuristic. It cannot be getting back. It is not mark oriented. It is not just memorizing something and just getting ready. It is not examination oriented. It is life oriented. It is societal oriented. Now, it is where the parents should think, my son and daughter should get that type of curriculum, that type of education, which will prepare him for tomorrow. No, that's where they have to understand. Now, that is what the schools are now working on it. See, some schools are already changed. Some schools are planning to change. Some schools are not willing to change. See, this is where the struck happening. This is where choosing the school, choosing the curriculum, or the liberty that we give to the growing minds of children are very important. Now, that is where we have to now work on the institution pattern. Today, it is not that how much the children know and how much they could write in the examination. Now they have to understand how to stimulate the child for a better understanding of the world. No. So now, futuristically, a school has to think, the policymakers have to think, the teachers have to think, the institution has to think, parents also have to think. See, there are different types of school. Again, I come back to the curriculum and the school pattern. There are different schools. What is your mind? Do you want your child to be a localized person or you want child to be a globalized person or a nationalized person? Based on his capacity, you have to get connected to the child and where the challenges are for the parents. Now, today, many parents think, I send my son to a daughter, my responsibility is over. It is not so. The child growth, that particularly the school period, that is from class 1 to class 12, is very crucial for them. If they want the family to be very successful in future, it all depends on how much you are investing time in your children. It is going to be very important. We have to make sure that my child has been taken care by me. Not that you need to be a highly educated person to do that. Your responsibility is more. When you have a responsibility, you have to know, what did my child study in the school? No, I didn't. The school did not teach my child anything. No progressing in that. See, carrying a book and coming back is not education today. Every period matters in a classroom. What do the child learn? And what do the child learn? See, it's a scientifically advancing society. What do the child learns more into science? And what is the social consciousness of my child? What are the value systems? Is my child very proficient in language where your family wants it? It could be Tamil, it could be Telugu, it could be English. And English it's a national language, it's an international language. So that proficiency is important. It's not that, today the child could learn a lot from the mobile. Now, that type of child, when it comes to the school, what the curriculum has to deliver to the child matters. They understand. The child is already, very popular with so many hype topics, hype things, and they know the world of the aeroplane, the star, the earth, so many things they understand. Now, a teacher cannot be limited in the classroom. This is where the curriculum has to give a better age to the teacher, prepare the teacher, define the teacher's role, and then a teacher has become a facilitator. Take the child with them, show them the world, and see that what is required. This is where our assessment pattern is also now changing. Not only the teaching. Now, we cannot keep a child attentive for more than 8 minutes. Or 12 minutes. Now, how to keep that attentiveness firing in them? This is where we have to think, what type of topic can be given? And a teacher thinks, with B.Ed and M.Ed they could do wonders. No, they cannot do that. They have to be continuous learners. They should find out, a teacher cannot go to the classroom without reading a newspaper of the day. The teacher cannot go to the classroom without watching the international news because the child is aware of it. So you have to go with a towering personality to stand in a classroom. That type of schools can meet out the challenges of the children. Disturbances will not happen because the child is engaged. I put it in 3 words. Your learning has to be joyful. And how it can be joyful? Sometimes we used to think, no, when the teacher is not there, the child is joyful. No, today they want many type of teachers to come and to block their way of learning, and that's where. And if the child is engaged, when the child is misbehaving, when the child is not engaged, the content of the lesson, the content of futuristic talk should engage the child in the classroom. Please understand. Now, when the child is engaged, the child is free. The child is very much occupied, and that child is learning with a joy. Now, another thing we have to do, we have to give a better rigor to the child. These words are very important. We have to give a rigor to this. What is rigor? Follow certain discipline, certain value, certain formats, and they have to work on it. No, why should I do this? The child cannot ask, the parent cannot ask. The educationists know what to give them. That format we have to come in, then work on it. Then, education should have a purpose. 3 things I need to connect with the curriculum or the syllabi or today's model teaching: joy of learning, and the rigor of learning, and the purpose of learning. If these things are provided to them in a better way, I think our children, the world's great children, are in classroom. Nobody knows. The children who are in the classroom, it is the teacher, it is the school which need to protect them and give them the facility, resources in such a way, fire them and bring them up. And that is what a good school can do, that to bring. Some of these schools can do that, and that's why the parents are very free and say the school is taken care. Government schools are doing that. Government schools have a lot of technology support now. Government schools are giving all the facilities. And please understand, they are also being taken for exploration voyage. They go out and learn. So nothing, it all depends on how a teacher in the classroom can do this. Somebody came and asked me, sir, with such a big experience, tell me what is important in a classroom. I never told curriculum is important. I never told syllabi is important. I never told assessment important. If I have a very resourceful teacher in a classroom, if I have a very curious, inquisitive learner, I think we can do wonders in the classroom, and that can match to anything that the world could provide to them.
I would like to bring in, elucidate an incident that happened in my life. My son, I have my elder son who's 6 years old, doing his first grade. Once he happened to be very gentle and kind with us when he was talking to us, me and my husband. He was very polite, very gentle, very caring. 10 minutes later, he was playing with his friends. Like they have the Playmates group. He was playing with his friends. After 15 minutes, the same person, the same child, 6-year-old child, he is very agile and very aggressive in his behavior. The same child who is, 10 minutes earlier, who was very gentle and kind, 10 minutes later, playing with his friends, he seems to be very ferocious and violent. So, what do you think this kind of a behavior, is this supposed to be tampered by the parent or the mentor? Because I think, both of them plays a very pivotal part. But who do you think takes standard, has to put their legs down and take a responsibility for that?
Okay. Education needs partnership. It's a contract.
Right.
I think I can very clearly say, till the child is handed over to the school, the child is a child.
Yes.
I don't know what happened, what mystery happens, we don't know. The moment the child enters the classroom, he or she is not a child, becomes a student. Now, most of the students and children are staying at the school. Most of the time, the child is staying at school where the child is a student. Understood? No?
Right.
Now, this is where the school has to play, and this is what I call a curriculum. See, we are not going to give so much as a curriculum package to the first standard child. The habit formation, hobby formation, value inculcation, these are all becoming important. The child mind has to be engaged.
Right.
No, now if the engagement is taken care properly at a good school, now definitely the child will not show this conflict behavior.
Right.
With amma, appa something, with the teenage fellow something. So we need to worry. This is where the PTM is very important. The parent teachers meeting have become, because we as parents at both the sides, we have to share our concern to the parents. Teachers can show the concern to the parent can show to that. Now today, when I was studying, we never had a student counselor.
Right.
We never had a clinical psychologist with us.
Yes.
We never had a special educator with us. Yes. Today, every school system needs it. It becomes mandatory in the school because we have to be very careful. If you allow me, I can also tell you, even the government, has to come down to take more care about children because they are future wealth. No, sometimes it can become very horrible beyond even a terrorism of this country. If it is not manned well, if it is not mentored well, or not followed well, and it is very important right from this young age, we have to prepare the child. Today, what are criminals? Cyber crimes. Intellectual fellows are getting into it, not the ordinary fellows. So we have to be careful and handling this. Maybe in the next episode, we'll take this very seriously as a prime concern and talk about it.